The time is 10 a.m. and this is WKYT Midmorning. Two nuns, one with a Kentucky connection, murdered in their home. We'll have the latest on the investigation of that straight ahead this morning.
A woman in Harlan County is looking for the owner of a dog after she found it in a garbage bag.
And the owner of several eastern Kentucky KFC restaurants is making headlines over his new policy.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning to you. We're so glad you're with us on this Friday on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. So great that we've made it to this Friday. Yeah. A little disappointing that we couldn't have that pleasant weather from the middle of the week because it feels like it's kind of ramping up in time for the weekend.
Summertime rolls on, right? It's going to stick around with us. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell is in this morning for Micah. Good morning.
And good morning to you. But the thing is, summer is really ticking away. Now keep that in mind because we're less than a month before fall begins. Not that that really means anything anymore. It's 83 degrees right now during the 10 o'clock hour with a feels-like temperature that is almost at 90 degrees. That's some impressive stuff already showing up out there for you. And elsewhere across Kentucky, you've got a mixture of upper 70s and low 80s throughout the entire area. I think we end up with temperatures in the low 90s for actual highs today, with heat index values that will probably climb into the upper 90s and to around 100 degrees. That's what it'll feel like later today. So enjoy this brief little moment as we're on the upside now, guys. I'll track that heat and humidity into the area for the weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
And we'll see you then. In the news, police in Mississippi are investigating the brutal murders of two Catholic nuns, and one of them had a Kentucky connection.
Sister Paula Merrill is on the left. She was a member of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth, which is based in Nelson County, Kentucky. She and Sister Margaret Held were working in one of the poorest counties in Mississippi when they were killed.
Margaret and I have worked together for many years. We just see patients and do what needs to be done.
This is one of the poorest counties in all of Mississippi. It rivals the bottom place in all sorts of statistics.
Police say the two nuns were stabbed to death in their home in Durant, Mississippi, near Jackson. Investigators say the two sisters might have been murdered during a break-in. Now family members are left searching for answers.
It's sad that people come to this, whatever motivates them. I mean, you know, my aunt and Sister Margaret, they live their lives to try to make the world better for the people who have nothing.
Now, police say a car belonging to them was also stolen. It was later found abandoned less than a mile from their home. No arrests have been made.
Today, a Fayette County judge will be sentencing a man who was convicted in the stabbing death of his boyfriend. Police originally had charged Matthew Donahue with murder in the death of Todd Schumacher, but last month a jury found him guilty of manslaughter, and jurors recommended a 10-year sentence. Today in Rowan County, a man accused of murdering his daughter's boyfriend will be arraigned. State police say Teddy Johnson shot and killed Marvin Adkins at a home on Brown Ridge Road. Johnson is scheduled to be arraigned at 11 o'clock this morning.
A woman in Harlan County is looking for the owner of a dog after she found it in a garbage bag. Melissa Sargent Lewis posted this video to Facebook. She says she saw the bag moving on the side of the road and stopped to pick it up. She then found the dog alive inside. At last check, the dog has not been claimed. Anyone who may be struggling with addiction is being warned about a bad batch of heroin on the streets of central Kentucky. In Mount Sterling, 12 people overdosed on heroin in just 5 hours. One person died. Donald Hyatt's brother was one of those who OD'd. He said he had no clue his brother was addicted to heroin.
Say no to drugs. Say yes to help. Get rehab, get whatever, guys. It's not worth putting your family through burying you because you're addicted to drugs. Family will help you. The love support is there. There's organizations all over here that can help you.
First responders say the surge of overdoses isn't just happening in central Kentucky. In Cincinnati, first responders say they had nearly 80 overdoses in just 2 days this week. Tomorrow in Lexington, a group will provide overdose response training. Voices of Hope is hosting the free event at 10 a.m. at Jacobson Park.
Such a challenge for our state right now.
Absolutely, it is. Well, a somber anniversary this weekend in Lexington. Tomorrow marks 10 years since the Comair Flight 5191 crash in Lexington.
49 people died when the plane crashed after taking off from the wrong runway at Bluegrass Airport. Tomorrow morning at 10, a memorial service will be held at the UK Arboretum. It will be at the Flight 5191 memorial sculpture of 49 birds taking flight. We'll have live coverage of tomorrow's memorial service starting at 10 a.m. on WKYT. You can also watch the live stream of the service on WKYT.com. Today marks 1 year since 2 journalists were shot and killed during a live TV news broadcast. WDBJ in Roanoke, Virginia, held a moment of silence during this morning's newscast. 24-year-old Allison Parker and 27-year-old Adam Ward were killed by a former co-worker who later killed himself. Well, strong aftershocks have been rattling central Italy, and they've shut down a key route into one of the hard-hit towns there.
Amatrice is the hard-hit town. Some crumbled buildings in that city cracked even more after this morning's big aftershock that the U.S. Geological Survey says was 4.7 in magnitude. Hopes are dimming that firefighters will find any more survivors. At least 267 people are confirmed dead.
An apology was not enough to keep Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte out of hot water in Brazil. He is charged with filing a false report about a robbery over vandalism, that drunken vandalism incident in Rio de Janeiro. Lochte first said that he and 3 swimmers had been robbed at gunpoint, but security video shows an argument with security guards over vandalism to a gas station restroom. The penalty in Brazil for a false crime report carries a maximum penalty of 18 months in prison. This morning, the 2 presidential candidates are in a war of words to try to win over minority and undecided voters with just 74 days left until the election.
Democrat Hillary Clinton and Republican Donald Trump are accusing each other of bigotry. Brian Webb has the latest on campaign 2016.
Hillary Clinton is accusing Donald Trump of releasing a radical fringe within the Republican Party.
He says he wants to make America great again. His real message seems to be make America hate again.
In Reno yesterday, she slammed Trump for spreading what she calls racist lies and conspiracy theories.
Now, of course, there's always been a paranoid fringe in our politics, a lot of it arising from racial resentment, but it's never had the nominee of a major party stoking it, encouraging it, and giving it a national megaphone until now.
Trump tried to beat Clinton to the punch on racism claims.
To Hillary Clinton and her donors and advisors, pushing her to spread smears and her lies, remember these 3 words: shame on you.
Besides bashing Clinton, Trump continues to clarify his evolving ideas on immigration. He admitted to CNN's Anderson Cooper last night that it would be impossible to deport all of the estimated 11 million undocumented immigrants living in the U.S.
No, there's not a path. There is no path to legalization.
You talked about paying back
unless
taxes
people
on Kennedy.
leave the country, well, when they come back in, if they come back in, then they can start paying taxes.
Trump will court Hispanic voters today in Las Vegas. Brian Webb for CBS News.
Trump insisted his first priority would be to build a border wall and deport lawbreakers living in the country illegally. The owner of several Eastern Kentucky KFC restaurants is making headlines over his new policy.
Franchise owner Doug Knipp has a sign posted in front of his store saying all uniformed police officers eat free every day, all day. The Ashland police chief says it's a kind gesture, and he hopes it will improve community and police relations.
Our ability to get out and work with the community and them work with us, it's a two-way street. And we're very appreciative that he's taken the initiative, the first big step in partnering with us.
NIP's policy has gone viral after a picture of his sign was posted to the Ohio Going Blue Facebook page. NIP is hoping the policy catches on at other businesses across the country as well.
Yeah, that would be a great thing.
Nice
Keep
outrage.
it going.
Yeah.
And keep it right here on Mid-Morning. Hit Me Baby One More Time. James Corden goes one-on-one with Britney Spears for carpool karaoke.
And we are going to be tracking a lot of heat and humidity out there today. Heat index values could be closing in on 100. We'll track that coming up for you.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Here comes the heat and humidity full force at us today and through the weekend and into next week. Plenty of it to go around for you if you're a fan. And even if you're not, you're going to get a dose of it. 83 degrees right now, the actual air temperature. When you throw in the humidity, it feels a whole lot worse. Already closing in on 90 with a feels like temperature here in Lexington, and then increasing in other locations as well as we are dealing with those higher levels of humidity here this morning. So you have the nastiness. Heat index forecast for later today, trying to push it all the way up into the upper 90s and around 100 degrees for a feels like temperature this afternoon, this evening. Now, let's wrap it around and go into the weekend. Let's get into your Saturday, where again, we are tracking those triple-digit numbers, maybe a little more widespread because we're probably a degree or two warmer air temperature-wise tomorrow as well, which pushes everything up, puts us into a pretty uncomfortable state around here. Our Defender Radar Network remains calm at the moment. Hard to find any cloud cover out there as well. It's pretty calm. Some showers, thunderstorms have been passing through into Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, where they have been the past few days. Old frontal boundaries hanging out there for now. But that front is getting ready to retreat and move back toward the north in the form of a warm front. Here's what we've got for you with our high school football forecast for this evening. An isolated chance of shower or thunderstorm around kickoff, and I do mean isolated. Most of us are going to go out there and be fine. No precipitation falling, but it'll certainly be sticky out there throughout the entire game. All the way up to the end, you're still talking about 78 degrees at that point. So a lot of moisture still lingering in the air. Hour by hour run here. You can see that warm front that I was talking about lifting back, which allows more heat and humidity to build in for the weekend, which will again give us a chance of some scattered showers as well as we get into Saturday afternoon. Probably a few more into the area for Sunday. So on the 7-day, I have upped the chances just a little bit for better coverage of showers and storms around here. So we'll have to deal with that. But I'll be honest with you, if you get caught under one, it might be a nice thing, at least temporarily. You know, it always feels good at first, but gets even more sultry afterwards.
Yeah, you're right.
You had that moment.
Yeah, that moment.
Be those occasional showers. Thank you.
Well, Britney Spears has had a lot of iconic moments in her career.
Late Late Show host James Corden helped Britney recreate one of her most iconic videos. Let's take a look.
Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Well, there he is on the right of your screen, Corden donning pigtails.
As you haven't seen him before.
And the schoolgirl uniform from Britney's Hit Me Baby One More Time video. The two had a pretty good time jamming to that big pop hit. They also talked about Britney, a mother of two, wanting to have more kids. By the way, you can catch the Late Late Show with James Corden weeknights right here on WKYT. I think a lot of folks also DVR it.
It doesn't appear that his white shirt fit very well, too.
Right.
If you paid attention.
Then there's
but
that.
I love the pigtails. Great touch. Well, pop stars are gathering in New York for the MTV Video Music Awards. And the feds launched their investigation into a hacking of a comedian's website.
Daniel Nottingham has your eye on entertainment.
You truly scare me. I just want to let you know that.
The Department of Homeland Security is joining the investigation into the hacking of Leslie Jones's personal website. The Ghostbusters star says she took down the site after hackers posted nude pictures and personal information, including her passport and driver's license. She briefly quit Twitter last month after receiving racial slurs and obscene comments.
I've been waiting too long to get even with you.
Jason Statham and Jessica Alba reunite in the sequel to the action movie The Mechanic. Alba trained for 2 years to do her own stunt.
It was just so fun to jump onto that opportunity and to be able to go in and do a bit myself.
Mechanic Resurrection hits theaters today.
Once I was 7 years old.
And the stars are arriving in New York for Sunday's MTV Video Music Awards. Danish pop soul band Lucas Graham is nominated for Best New Artist. Lead singer Lucas Forkhammer says the band's style is a reflection of the poor neighborhood where they grew up.
We were the dirty kids that the rest of the city didn't like. So in my music you probably also find a lot of that anger and frustration.
Lucas Graham is best known for its hit 7 Years Old. The band will perform its new single Mama Said at the VMAs. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Coming up, underprivileged children here in Kentucky will get a chance to pursue their musical dreams thanks to an event that's happening here in town.
We'll have a preview of the Kentucky Music Showcase next on WKYT.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot, $76 million. And tomorrow's Powerball jackpot, $142 million. Keep it here on Mid-Morning. Welcome back in. It's Mid-Morning on WKYT, and you can help underprivileged youth here in Kentucky pursue their musical futures. The Kentucky Music Showcase benefit will be happening here in Lexington. It's next month, September 10th.
And so we can learn more about it. We're joined by James Olive, Tom Little, and Uriah Simpson. Tell us more about the event. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Appreciate it very much.
The KMS benefit is what we do as eLoud is we raise funds for underprivileged children to gain access to arts and music education. So this entire event is a collection of musical artists and local vendors that are raising money for underprivileged children to gain access to instruments, lessons, tuition at arts academies, because all these things are expensive.
Yes.
All the instruments and tuition is very expensive.
Well,
so.
it has to be very rewarding to be doing that.
Definitely is.
Yeah. Tell us about that. What's it like to work with some of these youngsters?
Well, it is exactly that. It's rewarding to see the inspiration in children's faces when they're around the instruments, when they're getting involved and expressing themselves is definitely rewarding, and knowing that we're helping to provide an opportunity for them to do that is fantastic.
So what kind of music can people expect at the showcase?
At this show, we've got a lot of stuff. I was really impressed with how much variety we have. We have the singer-songwriter acoustic style. We have hip-hop. We have spoken word. We have some country. We have rock bands, maybe a little electronic music. So the neighborhood's really going to enjoy a variety.
Do the kids usually come in and have an idea of the genre they want to pursue, or do you say, well, you have some talent in that area?
Speaking personally, I would think that it's something that you go in thinking, I like this, I want to do this, and you may learn that your talent lies elsewhere. Or when you become trained as a professional musician or classically trained, you learn what you can do is more than just the one thing. It's important to figure that out.
Well, what does this mean to the kids? What are they able to take from this, and what do you think it'll mean to their lives down the road?
The kids can take a lot from this besides just having somebody help them provide opportunities that they don't have. They're going to meet people that are already in industries and professions that they want to do, so they could gain mentors. They could gain a number of things. It's just the memories. With memories, you can do anything.
Yeah. How can the public help push this along?
You can go to kmsbenefit.us. You can make donations there. You can also make donations the day of the event on site at our office. Yeah, that's it.
And again, the venue for the event will be, is it at Bryan Avenue?
700 block of Bryan Avenue.
Okay.
Free admission to everybody.
More specifically on that, it's the same place where the North Limestone Community Development has their night market.
Yeah.
This happens like once every 3 months. They have night market with the vendors lined up in the alley. We're going to do something similar to that. They're graciously hosting us. We have stages at both ends, and it's free. People can just walk right on up.
And what's really nice, we get to enjoy your music a little later in the show.
Yeah, we brought an artist with us today that's going to showcase.
Sample a little bit later on. Keep it here now on Mid-Morning. We're back with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen next. See what's cooking up.
Has this ever happened to you? You serve a dish that you haven't made in a while, and everyone says, "This is fantastic." You really need to make it more often. The reason you don't, it's a lot of work. But I bet if there was a way that you could make it that had all the taste without all the work, you would. So let me show you what I mean with our unstuffed stuffed pepper casserole. We begin by sauteing some chopped green pepper along with an onion in a bit of vegetable oil until they're tender. Once they are, we add in some ground beef and cook it until it's browned. After draining off the drippings, we stir in a can of tomato sauce, a good amount of rice, some mozzarella cheese, and a handful of spices. Now, rather than stuffing this into peppers like we normally would, We spoon it into a casserole dish and pop it in the oven. Right before serving, we finish it off with more cheese, and when it's melted, it's time to call the troops to the table. So here's what I suggest. Go online and get the recipe for our unstuffed stuffed pepper casserole. Yep, it's got all the taste of stuffed peppers without all the hassle. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a really simple way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Looks pretty good.
Not the forecast.
Well, I know. It's hot.
We're looking at two different things here. I'm looking at the 7-day. You're looking at that food. Daytime highs today, low 90s, and that's going to continue into the weekend. More importantly, heat index values around 100.
There it is. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back at noon.
And we leave you with a sample of what you can expect at the Kentucky Music Showcase benefit next month. Here's Taylor Hughes. Enjoy the music.
Drink.